You have been listening to the governor's briefing on COVID-19. A lot of new information coming out today. Big congratulations in the sense that they are very proud of the rate of infection. It has dropped some 25%. It has been a very big deal, obviously, to lower that. Also, they said they're expanding testing, made some great strides in the prisons. They quoted some stats there, and testing has been a continuous fact here. Right now, testing about 10,000 a day. The governor says the goal is 15,000. But the message, we all still need to stay home and stay safe. Local 4 News, First at 4, starts right now. First at 4, one Michigan university says it's planning to go back to face-to-face instruction plus safety upgrades at the White House. We're tracking the big COVID-19 developments. Also, guns at the Michigan State Capitol. The attorney says they could be banned. Why that won't happen, at least not right away. Ben.
Karen, would it be easier to handle another record low if you knew that 80s were in sight? Well, you're in luck. We'll show them to you coming up right now, First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. You just heard from Governor Whitmer, and we are tracking all the latest developments in Michigan's battle against coronavirus this afternoon. Central Michigan University saying it plans to have face-to-face instruction when the fall semester begins. This is the first major university to make those plans public, saying it will take steps to protect the health of everyone involved. Today marks another back-to-work milestone in Michigan, with many manufacturing employees back on the job again today. The rate of new cases in Michigan continues to slow. The state added more than 400 in 24 hours, bringing the total to more than 47,000. 22,000 people are considered recovered, while more than 4,500 have lost their battle with the virus. Detroit's mayor says the city is close to moving to the next phase of re-engagement, but we have to stick with safety protocols to get there.
These medical protocols work. And here's the thing. Masks work. Now look at what you're seeing. Police officers, firefighters are less likely to test positive than Detroiters who have been sitting at home. This is telling you that the medical protocols that we are following are working.
Now, many of you have been watching the governor's address right here on Local 4. Governor Whitmer once again defended her strategy to keep the whole state under strict guidelines to avoid a second wave of infection.
COVID-19 is still present in 79 out of 83 counties. It is still a real presence all across our state, and accordingly, it is still a threat. Like I said minutes ago, just one person carrying COVID-19 can infect tens and thousands in a matter of days. And that's why it's important that we still continue to observe the safer at home order right now.
The governor also says the state has provided unemployment benefits to more than 1.1 million people, totaling more than $4 billion since the pandemic began. After recent protests, the state commission is taking up the issue of banning guns on Capitol grounds. This morning, commission members met during a Zoom call. Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel told the commission it does have the power to ban guns from the Capitol if it chooses to do so. But Senator Majority Leader Mike Shirkley sent a letter saying any possible ban needs more discussion. The committee decided it would form a committee to take a deeper look into the issue. Of course, we'll follow that closely. White House dealing with coronavirus concerns inside its own walls, one of the most protected buildings in the country. Vice President Mike Pence was said to be self-isolating after his press secretary tested positive last week, but he was seen arriving at the White House today with 2 aides walking near him, none of them wearing masks. The White House is now testing some staff members daily, and the Associated Press says the new memo apparently directs everyone entering the West Wing to wear face masks. 3 of the top medical experts in the country are also quarantining this afternoon, including Dr. Anthony Fauci. All this comes as the White House is trying to convince Americans it is safe to resume normal activities. Breaking right now, President Trump about to offer a national briefing on the coronavirus. He's expected to talk about the testing for the virus. You see there a live shot of the Rose Garden with the banner talking about America leading the world in the number of tests that has been taken place. The White House says it wants to step up testing of nursing homes, residents, and staff. They'll be talking about that this afternoon. President's speech will be streaming at clickondetroit.com. We're monitoring the briefing, and of course, we'll have updates later. Testing has been a major point of discussion and concern. We heard the governor talk about it. The president is going to be talking about it in a matter of minutes. And obviously, this is a big issue as states take steps toward reopening. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge is joining us to answer a testing question that he's hearing a lot of.
Many people have asked why there is so much focus on testing when someone can test negative one day and then be exposed right after they take the test. Even with daily testing, there is a window of incubation where someone could test negative even though they are developing COVID-19. Well, the answer is that it's not the negatives of the testing that matter so much, it's the positives. If we discover someone is positive, that person can immediately quarantine at home and take additional steps to reduce the risk of their exposing their family as well. We can also do contact tracing. That means finding out who that infected person had contact with and urging those people to self-quarantine for 14 days to reduce their risk of spreading the virus. Now, if we know someone has tested positive, their workplace can also do additional cleaning to reduce the risk from touching common surfaces. Now, one of the biggest challenges of this coronavirus is that people can be infected and spread the illness without showing symptoms. If testing picks up one of those people, that's an opportunity to stop the spread. But even frequent testing is not perfect, and that's why it does not eliminate the need for other measures, like wearing masks, hand washing, and social distancing. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Doc. If you live near the Selfridge Air National Guard Base, you may have seen some military flyovers this morning. This could be called the opening act for the Blue Angels, which will fly through Metro Detroit tomorrow morning. Today, Michigan Air National Guard members flew over the area to show local support for Michiganders during the crisis. The Air Force's Blue Angels will fly over tomorrow, starting at 11:30 in the morning. You can see a map of their route at clickondetroit.com. You'll find it right there on the homepage. Now let's move on to the first forecast. I know lots of folks are ready for some warm weather. We hear it's getting closer, Ben, but tonight I understand we could see some record colds. So what's the latest?
Yeah. Second in 3 days, Karen, we could be breaking a record. But yes, that warm air is finally in sight once we get past tonight. The record is 32, and that was set a long time ago, right back in 1934, to be honest. And we're expecting 20s area-wide tonight. Freeze warnings are up for everybody except Sanilac County, starting at midnight tonight and running through 9 a.m. tomorrow. This will be the coldest day that we have to get through, and everything starts rising from then. The question is, how long will we have to wait to see 80? We can see it, and we will show you where it's coming in just a few minutes. Karen?
I love that we might be able to see 80. All right. Thank you, Ben. Something to look forward to. Still ahead, email frustration at work, how one tech giant is hoping to stop a bad habit as online communication is more important than ever. Also, it's a small world, and what's happening at this Disney park could be a coming attraction for our family vacations in the future. But first, last chance for quicker cash. You're less than 48 hours away from a new deadline involving that federal stimulus money. We'll explain next.